So I have a bit of time, more time during this meeting to think more about this. And there's, of course, opportunities to do astrobiology research, and there's opportunity to do astrobiology research at NASA. One is a lot easier than the other. But at the end of the day, astrobiology research is a mindset. If you're an engineer, grab a beer with a geologist colleague or biologist, chat about what you're interested in, and see if there's a common interest. You don't really go to school for astrobiology, right? You have your main specialty, and then you work in an astrobiological context. So even today or tomorrow, you can become astrobiologists by just chatting with people outside of your discipline about common interests and see if there's a way to collaborate. And I guarantee it's going to expand your mindset, because you'll have to learn language that is outside of your discipline. And then, it's pretty awesome to be able to go to a conference and understand more or less talks in oceanography or geology or engineering. So it'll make you a more broad and more valuable scientist. So, with having that said, there are a few opportunities that exist out there to learn more formally about astrobiology. And the first is on the website Coursera. Have you all heard of it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So Coursera is a wonderful platform to learn at a lower level, not really at a higher level, I think, general information, knowledge about astrobiology. In particular, Charles Cockell, who's a professor of astrobiology in Scotland, loves talking to students about astrobiology and has a very nice course on Coursera. Bruce Falk, who's at the University of Wisconsin, gives a larger course on the evolution of life on Earth. That's it's not only astrobiology, it's kind of also paleontology and just the whole history of life on Earth. And the University of Copenhagen gives a class more on planet formation and how that leads to the genesis of life. I can't help but mention the Blue Marble Space Institute of Science, the MSIS Young Scientist Program, because it's an international virtual internship program. So what happens is that at the end of the year, early 2017, BMSIS scientists, who are all early career PhD, including you, Jen, propose projects to be undertaken by students from all over the world online. So if you apply from here and get selected, you will work here with a BMSIS scientist who can be all over on a project. So for example, I'm based near San Francisco. My student is actually in Pune, and we're working together on some numerical work. And so there are other projects, not necessarily in geology, but in bioinformatics, and hopefully Siddharth will put a project in engineering for next year. So that's the cool part about it is that it's international. So we've had students from India, from Egypt, from Turkey, from Brazil, from Panama, working together in an online environment to solve astrobiology problems. So that's neat. Another way to get into NASA, in particular with an Indian passport, is if you're familiar with ISU, that's the International Space University, which is in Strasbourg. If you get selected there for the master's program, they have an agreement with NASA for where you can do your internship. Unfortunately, NASA is a tough beast to crack with a foreign passport. Believe me, I know. And the reason is it's a federal agency, right? So it is funded by American tax dollars, so they will fund preferentially American students. And I guess I can understand that. But the more degrees you have, the easier it gets. So the NASA postdoctoral program is open to foreign nationals, and that's how I got into it, after for postdoc. So unfortunately, the reality is such that the opportunities for education are increasing all over the world, which is fantastic. But that means that there's a lot of people with bachelors, and so the bachelors become more valuable than PhD and so on. So if you're interested in NASA in particular, I would encourage you all to pursue advanced degrees. And there's this website for, at the end there, opportunities for non-US nationals work at NASA. Unfortunately, India is not on that list, and I'm not entirely sure why. So perhaps people who have a lot of influence in education could figure out why India is not on that list. This of course does not represent the quality of Indian education, which is among the world's best. So there's no reason why India is not on that list. There are other complications, most likely, that I don't understand. But I would encourage you that are able to knock on NASA's door from an educational perspective to figure out why India is not on that list. I think Rosalba, you did page 2. I can probably chat about it. No.